Welcome. So happy you're all here today. Today we'll do a little bit of gathering chi and then we'll sit down and practice Heaven Earth Heart Contemplation. My name is Pamela Grant. I'm a certified Shengzhen teacher joining you from Cambria, California. So we'll start standing. Go ahead and have your mat or your chair nearby. Let's begin with Zhang Tian movement, Heaven Earth movement. Hands come up. Open your thumbs and blow. Left hand up to connect with the universe. With your right hand, you connect with Mother Earth. Opening your heart to connect with each other and with all of humanity. Just in case anyone's new, a little definition of terms here for gathering chi. Center of the top of the head, where the tips of your ears come up and aligning with your nose, this is the bai hui, the crown point. Center of the palms of the hands, each hand, this is lao gong. And if my hand were a foot and we go up a little bit higher, this is yong chuan, kidney one. So we'll be referring to these points as we do gathering chi. Feet a little bit more than hip width apart. Palms turning outward and begin. Begin by opening your bai hui, the center of the top of your head. Qi is always pouring into your bai hui like a huge funnel from the universe. Open the crown of your head to receive qi. With our arms, we embrace the qi from the universe. Keep your whole body relaxed. Breathing is natural. If you want to breathe with the movement, slow breath in, you can, or breathe in and out in a comfortable way. You can adjust the speed. Keep opening the top of your head, bringing more spaciousness there, more expansiveness. Beautiful. One more time. Not only restore the qi, to connect with the universe, but to bring a deep equilibrium that's untouched by the world. So just take a moment here And feel that centeredness, that groundedness, but also very expansive. Filled with light, shining in all directions. So radiant. Now take a few breaths, a few deep breaths. If your eyes are closed, you can peek them open. See if you can still feel that expansiveness, even with your eyes open. As we learn to integrate the Shengzhen state. And then keeping this feeling, go ahead and get your seat or your floor cushion for our next practice. So you can sit with your feet flat on the floor, you can sit cross-legged, half lotus, full lotus. Left hand on top of right, thumbs are touching. Bring your focus to your dantian, the space a few inches below your navel and back in your abdomen a little bit. Very powerful center there. Very spacious. Gently focus on your dantian and breathe it a little more open. Through our dantian, we connect with Mother Earth. Let this expansiveness build so that you even feel a little bit of chi on the insides of your arms. And they want to float up into the first gesture. Begin. Inhale. And exhale. Rocking back. Excuse me, I have to adjust and forward. Dragon flying in the clouds. Allow yourself to just drift, floating through the clouds. The feeling here is innocence, and your skin feels soft, like a baby. Get ready to transition to the second variation of this movement. Rocking forward, pull your right hand in towards your chest, turning to the right, turning to the left. And hands just float in front of your body as you turn from side to side. Let your arms just float. So soothing as you continue to drift through these beautiful clouds. They're so soft, caressing your face and your body as you drift. And get ready to change back to the first variation. And finish first movement. At this point, if your arms are tired, go ahead and rest your arms against your legs. Otherwise, they just float in space. And you can notice, again, that stillness that's all around you. Second movement, Holy Dragon returning to the mountain. Hands simply float up overhead. Arms are relaxed in the arm sockets. Wrists are limp. Chin slightly lifted. And the spine is slightly erect. And if you have shoulder issues and this is not comfortable, go ahead and bend your elbows. Just keep that feeling of openness. A gesture of returning to our origin. A holy place, a sacred space, untouched by this world. Number 3, cloudy mountain going through the mist. Hands come down and to the right, palms face each other, and then you bow forward a little bit as your hands sweep in front of you, and then rock back and rock forward. A gentle cleansing gesture. So keep going with this movement, and I'm going to read some of the contemplation. You start from non-action and you move into action. As your body is in continuous motion, your mind reaches a higher level. This movement shows that the world is constantly moving and evolving. All actions are natural. You are a product of nature, and eventually you will return to nature. What does it mean to return to nature? It means to return to a world that is pure, perfect, and nurturing. Your heart follows your consciousness. When you reach a blissful state, you let go of any negativities or selfishness. Your mind gradually becomes peaceful and filled with joy. The fog begins to clear. Now you begin to see the way. Now get ready to change. Hands coming over to the right. And then coming forward, and your right hand overshoots a little bit and comes to your belly. Left on top of right. Let's just pause for a few seconds. And hands separate. You come up. Rotate, so now your palms are back. Pull your elbows down. And come into queer, gazing at the moon. So just mirroring me here. Your right fingertips facing forward. Your left palm faces the top of your head, chin slightly lifted, and your gaze is to the right and out in front of you a bit. And you can close your eyes, and this gaze comes from your third eye. You gaze upon the beautiful, bright full moon. This brilliant radiance from the moon. And then change. Left hand coming to the back of your head. Right hand sweeps around like a halo around your head. And then your hands brush your cheeks. And you come into a prayer position. The union of chi with heaven. And again, I'll read some contemplation. Your eyes can be open or you can close them. At this time, answers may come to questions which arose in the previous movement. When you unite your heart with the universe and nature, you should be able to find the answers. Now your mind becomes even more peaceful. You are reaching the state of no eyes, no heart, no mind, total emptiness. You have completely united yourself with the universe and heaven. All things merge in one point. You have become one with heaven. So you'll see in this form, this oneness is a theme. When you come to this point that was just mentioned, just this oneness, there's no duality, no division. And this brings a deep peace. Next, holding the lotus and crossing the ocean, pressing your palms forward, out to the side, and then rotate your hands. So now the palms face up. Again, if you have shoulder issues, you can bend your elbows and rest against your body. Otherwise, your hands and your arms float in space. And in each palm, you can imagine a lotus. And this lotus is made of brilliant light. And this light shines to the heavens. And then part two, arms rise up and bend your elbows, palms face the top of your head, and now this light is pouring into you to illuminate your life dilemmas and circumstances. So just let this light enter. So that you are more radiant, waking up your cells. And then slowly lower your hands. Keep this expansive feeling, this radiant light, as you lower your hands until they're lower than your elbows. Palms facing forward, fingers are separate. And again, rest against your body if you need to. I emphasize that a lot in this form because there is quite a bit of arm movement. Shadow from Buddha's light. So go ahead and hold this. Let's read the contemplation. Heaven's light also means the light from your body. How can you become enlightened? How can you become a symbol of love? You must first understand what life is. This is the first step one takes towards enlightenment. The light of heaven symbolizes love. Heaven's light shines on you until you are awakened. Align your love with heaven. In this way, heaven and you become united as one, and you will be granted both power and guidance. This movement implies that you have attained your life's goal and lifetime wish. At this moment, you have a peaceful mind. After experiencing life's ups and downs, your love is integrated with your body. When you quiet down and practice the discipline of unconditional love, you master your inner mind. This becomes a new starting point, as well as the beginning of an even higher level of awareness. Now we bring even more light, parting the clouds and seeing the sun. Follow me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bowing forward, making a circle with your hands. Wrists are flexed by your hips, and you come up into the brilliant radiance of the sun. Once again, opening to the light. Next, boat traveling in Buddha's ocean. Begin reaching to the left, limp wrist coming up towards your temples, press alongside your body, and then reach to the other side. Pull and press. Reach, pull, press, and lean your body in the other direction. Reach, pull, and press. As you do this movement, see if you can feel the others practicing, doing the movement. We're all doing this movement together. One rhythm. It's like one heartbeat. You can begin to do smaller movements, because sometimes the arms get a little tired. But even as the movement gets smaller, this feeling of oneness, you can go deeper into it, coming to that one point where there's no duality. So just rest your arms now. Come to one point where there's no mind, no thoughts, no number two, no division, just oneness. Next, looking to heaven and returning to oneness. Just basking in this oneness. This is where we find our answers. And of course, we don't get into the thinking mind right now, but we know the answers come later. This is where we reconcile the opposites, the things that seem impossible in this world, or even in our own lives. We return to oneness. Next, pull your elbows down, palms facing forward, and your head turns slightly to the left, returning to the 9th level of heaven, symbolizing the very best in us, the highest we can become. So let us reach for that. Expand and open to the highest. Next, rain shower of apricot blossoms. One hand higher, one hand lower. Wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes if you can. Your gaze is to the lower hand. Unless you need to keep your eyes on me, that's fine. Feeling carefree and light. A return to nature. You see the joy in nature, the fluttering of the leaves on the trees, the birds as they jump up and down on the perches. And even outside my window here, I've got these deer this morning, and they're prancing around, so happy. Slow the movement down and pause. And then same thing, other side. And sometimes when you do the movement, maybe you don't feel so joyful. And that can happen too. And it's fine. We know that joy is the true nature. It's all around us. And sometimes we feel it, sometimes we don't. We just do our practice and it clears out the cobwebs. Usually we feel much better after practice. Now slow the movement down and pause. Next, opening and closing of Bodhi. Hands separate and open, and palms come toward each other. Maybe you feel something between your arms, between your palms, as you do this movement. This is a very powerful gesture. Bring all of your awareness, all of your attention to the movement without forcing, not concentrating, but just be present to the gifts of this gesture. Last time. Inhale your hands up in the diagonal. Right hand coming to the inside, to your belly, left on top of right. Chi returns to one, making a circle around your navel, coming up on the right and down on the left. Breathing in, breathing out. We began our practice with circles. And here we come toward the end of the practice with circles. And now rest your hands at your dantian. And just bask in this radiance. Inside and outside are one. It's just a flow of chi pouring in and then going back out to infinity. And you can peek your eyes open. Can you stay in the state? This is the true goal of our practice, to integrate the Shenzhen state so that it's with us always. So we'll close now with Zhangtian movement, this time a gesture of gratitude. Hands come up. Open your thumbs and blow. Giving our thanks to the heavenly bodies, to the whole universe, to this beautiful planet and her many gifts and blessings, and to everyone who came to share the practice. There's such a beautiful synergy when we practice together. So thank you all so much for coming to practice today, and we'll see you next time.